But every step incrementally, I think is an important step, so it's good to keep an eye on. And I would say a lot of policy lately has moved more than I have seen in the last 5 years. So the benefits of high-success learning. So in primary care, and these are the ones that Auntie has put up, there have been a lot of discussions about how they are driven by primarily a white-centric research modality. And this is true. I think it's important to understand that context because if you serve children who come from different cultural backgrounds, there are several things to consider. That one, the way a child presents a mental health concern, the way they communicate that concern may be different than the way that we traditionally are trained to think about those concerns and then think about the treatment process. But otherwise, at least for MHA, we did try to think about what it meant for individual students, which is online. Classroom setting, your goal is to think about what it means to provide training in a whole school or whole grade level content. So what are the policies and procedures that we use? Where does the funding come from? And how do we do this at scale and in a more inclusive way? So what we do, we have seen across the country is that when you think about who's responsible for following up, schools are tentative about leading this whole on. Period. They have multiple regulatory requirements around privacy and what the school must do or is required to do if they have identified a child in need. And I think because of that, for schools that are also financially strapped, they're less inclined to want to provide universal service for their students. And that's something that we would think about depending on the format that you're looking at. I went to this area and I will just say this area of work, I think with the legal responsibility, includes schools that also have certification, is that families become private right of action. And so this is another thing. So we want to know that actually the movement of making sure that we support students with disabilities has done enormous transformations to ensuring that schools have the investment that they need to make sure they can support the students that we have identified in the session. And then I'll just end, there was some discussion about what next. And when we talked about universal screening, that goal, the MHA has actually been talking to Stanford, and it's not. So if you are personally wondering about what it means to start a program for screening in your school, you're negotiating consent, you're negotiating privacy, you're negotiating what the screening tool you're going to use is, which shape or like some kind of universal one screener, which means you're going to be screening children for something up to 15 minutes. And so our conversations have been like, what does it mean to sustain energy for a child with that period of time? How do we create tools that scaffold up and use technology to reduce that cognitive overload which we see in our kids and get them to an accurate output so that the social worker, the psychologist, and the student have the resources they need at the end of that student approach. And so these are the things that MHA is looking at in the future. And I will then also end, and the slides are available for everyone. MHA is committed to giving resources. And so from these meetings with the mental health schools, we're going to actually get moved also towards the movement. We release 3 times a year sometimes, and we see clinicians and social workers come out there and we hear principals to give an opportunity and mental health month or back to school with their students. What's Up Wellness is going to start our case study portion of our talk. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Teresa, for condensing so many different perspectives and lenses and information in 15 minutes. And